on China and biotech, I want to put a pin in something you just mentioned, because you talked about Chinese experimentation with super soldiers. This was something that I heard of a couple of years ago, and I was floored by this. It sounds like something out of a comic book, but national security folks tell me again and again it is a real thing. I wonder if you could just give us the U.S. government's current assessment of what China's doing with biotech and super soldiers.
Well, first of all,
it's terrifying.
Just as maybe if we go, again, way back in time, 8 or 9 years ago, most of us had never heard of Huawei. Huawei, and again, I started Nextel and then was in the wireless space for a long time. Huawei came bracing through, good products, cheaper, a kind of fusion of industrial policy, kind of blows away most of, since we didn't have an American competitor, even our kind of Western competitors. If Huawei is big, the next big entity that I think will even be bigger is BGI, Beijing Genomics Institute. And what they are doing in terms of hoovering up DNA data, what they're doing in terms of doing this level of experimentation on humans, what they're doing in terms of intellectual property theft, we all ought to be concerned about. And frankly, I've been trying to turn with some success, but not nearly enough, quick enough, the American intelligence apparatus to actually not simply spy on the government and the military, but frankly, if national security is going to be who wins these technology domains, to collect information on these domains. It's only been the last 2 or 3 years that we've done any kind of spying, espionage, on this AI biotech. We did look at things like the spread of diseases and what have you, but if we'd had a more advanced approach on that, we might not be still litigating how COVID emerged years later. But I think we need to do that. We still, we've got caught off guard when SMIC came out with, I think, was like a 6 nanometer chip a couple years back. We still took way too long to try to acquire, for example, Huawei equipment. So moving the intelligence apparatus to look at technology development in China, terribly important, but